The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Krell-9 activated the neural disruptor. The human diplomat, Maya Chen, convulsed in the restraint field, her screams echoing off the crystalline walls. "Let this be a lesson," Krell-9 announced to the assembled representatives. "To any species that dares challenge the sovereign directive. Humans are weak, fragile, unworthy of council membership." The torture lasted 17 minutes. Maya's vital signs, displayed for all to witness, flatlined at 14:37 Standard Galactic Time. Medical scanners confirmed it. Complete cessation of neural activity, cardiovascular collapse, cellular death cascade initiated. The human was dead. Counselor Threnax of the Peaceful Concordat trembled with fury, but remained silent. Speaking out meant sharing Maya's fate. The sovereign directive had seized control of the council through force, and dissent was being systematically eliminated. Krell-9 deactivated the restraint field. Maya's body crumpled to the floor. "Dispose of it," he ordered, "and transmit this recording to Earth. Let them know the price of." The chamber doors exploded inward. Maya Chen walked through the smoke and debris, very much alive. She wore a fresh uniform, carried a data pad, and her expression was one of profound irritation rather than terror. "Sorry I'm late," she said, her voice carrying clearly through the shocked silence. "Traffic was murder. Had to respawn at the nearest med bay." Krell-9 stared. His translator struggled with the word. "Respawn." Around the chamber, representatives from 300 worlds tried to process what they were witnessing. "Impossible," Krell-9 breathed. "You were dead. We confirmed it. Brain death. Cellular. Yeah, that sucked. Thanks for that." Maya consulted her datapad. 43 minutes of downtime. That's going to mess up my productivity metrics." She looked up at him with eyes that held something the council had never seen in a victim before: complete indifference to death itself. "How?" demanded Threnax, hope and confusion warring in his voice. Maya held up a small device implanted in her wrist. "Neural backup with quantum entanglement relay. My consciousness gets transmitted to a cloning facility the moment my vitals crash. New body, all memories intact up to point of death. Standard issue for all human diplomats after the Krell-9 started his little purge." The chamber erupted in chaos. Representatives demanded explanations in 17 different languages simultaneously. "You can't," Krell-9 sputtered. "That's the cost alone consciousness transfer requires. Requires a species that got really, really good at medical technology because our own planet kept trying to kill us," Maya interrupted. She walked to her assigned seat, stepping over her own corpse without a glance. "You know what the leading cause of death was on Earth for about 5,000 years? Other humans. We got so good at killing each other that we had to get equally good at bringing people back." She sat down and crossed her legs casually. "So here's how this works now. You can kill me. I'll be back in about 40 minutes. You can kill me again. I'll be back again. You can keep killing me every day for the rest of your natural life, and I will keep coming back until you die of old age. Or," she leaned forward, "we can skip all that. You can step down from your little dictatorship, and we can get back to actual governance." Krell-9 reached for the neural disruptor again. "I wouldn't," said a voice from the gallery. Admiral Sarah Rodriguez stepped into view, flanked by 50 human Marines. "Maya's death triggered a diplomatic incident protocol. We have 17 warships in orbit. The council building is surrounded. And unlike our diplomats, we don't have to play nice." The Admiral's smile was colder than vacuum. "See, humans learned something important in our history. You can't intimidate people who refuse to stay dead. We've been killed by plagues, wars, famines, ice ages, and each other for 200,000 years. Death is just inconvenient." Krell9 looked at the Marines, at Maya calmly reviewing documents at her desk, at his carefully constructed tyranny crumbling around him. "You're insane. Your entire species is insane." "Probably," Maya agreed cheerfully. "But we're also unkillable, which means you have two choices: negotiate with the crazy immortals, or find out what happens when we stop being diplomatic." The Sovereign Directive collapsed within a week. Krell9 was tried for crimes against sapient species. Maya testified at his trial, professional and composed, occasionally rubbing her wrist where the backup implant sat. The galaxy learned a valuable lesson that day. You can't rule through fear when your victims have deleted their fear of death from the equation. And humans, survivors of a death world that had spent eons trying to kill them, had long ago decided that dying was just another problem to solve. They'd solved it with their usual approach: excessive engineering, dark humor, and absolute refusal to accept limitations. The council chamber still had scorch marks from the doors Maya had blown open. They left them as a reminder: humanity doesn't knock twice.